In the first round, Souths had a massive win over Canterbury, one of their best wins of the season. Now it's back with South Sydney intercepting, and Coleman, the garrulous halfback, is playing it out wide of the ruck. We've got Andrews on the deck. Now South Sydney, got to settle it down early on. Fennick, bustled away from Baker. It goes out to Pobji. Pobji in the dust, put down by Langmack. Baker again to Coleman. Ailiff this time, not any speed up there onto the ball, and picked off easily by the defence. Kelly up there. Wide of the ruck is Evans. Greg Evans, the replacement for David Boyle. Last one for Souths. Baker, as ever, looking for space, angling it down behind Mick Potter. There's Biles up there. O'Brien off in a dash. Biles tackles him and just manages to hang on as the cover comes across. Right on the coattails. Steve Mortimer away through Hagen to Batiste.
Tony Rampling, that early clash, tremendous clash it was, and it really must have taken its toll on him because he's played no part in the game. He's wide out and he's been behind, bending over, trying to regain his breath and composure.
Now the touch judge has come in to report something. South's very eager here to smother up in the tackle, too eager in the end. And referee Barry Barnes cooled it off with a penalty. Kelly rams it up. Dean Rampling still a little bit dazed there. Gillespie stopped head on. And there's going to be a penalty here. Now what's all this about? In the tackle, Chisholm went in with a...
here it is. Just watch for Chisholm on the right of your screen as he goes in, and see if we can pick something up. The referee certainly saw it.
But today it's going to be Andrew Farah. Farah with the important goal-kicking duty today, and he kicks it. Good start for Canterbury. After 6 minutes, first points on the board, they lead 2-0. Farah gets it back over halfway. Can they hang on to this ball? Baker to Chisholm. Chisholm picked up by Peter Kelly right on the halfway mark. Andrews on the blind. Coleman to Ailiff, through Baker, deep to McCarthy. McCarthy runs back in towards the middle. That's where Souths need a bit of quality out in their centres. Evans. He was held on in the tackle by Johnson, tried to get it away. Another mistake, and it gives Langmack the chance to bring it back. Canterbury. Fired away to Gillespie. South's offside. And we're going to have probably another shot at goal from this handy position, only 30 out. They were well offside. It's been a very disappointing game so far. Both sides making so many fundamental errors.
The expected fire that we thought we were going to get in this match, Jim, really hasn't eventuated. There have been a couple of touch judges' reports, but they've been for rather minor incidents. There was one scrum that broke up and the players threatened to get involved, but that's as far as it's really gone. But the standard of play has been quite disappointing.
Andrew Farah putting a bit more sand on a very sandy ground. 2 more points to the Bulldogs. 4-0. Canterbury in front. 15 minutes to go in the first half. Langmack to Steve Mortimer. Gould away to Hagan. That's Potter. Hagan again transfers it to Barra. Kelly. Now 6 minutes left in this half. Canterbury lead 4-0. Steve Mortimer. Johnson, the run around, goes to Gillespie, who's made a galloping break. Gillespie heads for the post, finds support. Steve O'Brien does the juggling act. We're just 10 metres out from the line. A great chance here. Flung out, and that's a try to Chris Mortimer. A Mortimer special. Steve Mortimer found a run-up, going straight and hard. It was his brother Chris, and he flew in for the try. Well, Canterbury had threatened this a couple of times without being able to add the finishing touch. That was an excellent break by David Gillespie. He's had a tremendous run in the last few weeks, and here he gets it just to O'Brien. He just managed to hang on to it, and quickly Steve Mortimer was into the play. He spotted it. He looked to his right and then tossed it beautifully to Chris Mortimer. Found him perfectly. A great try.
Tremendous pass by Steve Mortimer here, timing it to perfection, and Chris Mortimer running onto it over nicely for a great try.
And that could be one of the major differences between these two sides before the end of the game. Steve Mortimer.
Very impressed by David Gillespie, the second rower for Canterbury. As you said, Jim, in recent weeks, he's just gone from strength to strength. Very impressive, hard-running second row forward.
Andrew Farrer's been having quite a strong game in the centres, and he's been right on target with his first 2 kicks. Farrer goes for the extras, and he's pushed that one across the face of the post, so it's still 8-0 to Canterbury. A couple of minutes to go in the first half. Play, maybe he came up there to intercept. In a big hole, Batiste is going to score if he can scratch out. He can't. He's just short of the line. Batiste plays it back. Hagan, South goes swarming up. Hagan gets out of the tackle. He's going to score. No, he's not. He's about half a metre out. Canterbury's so close to the line. Steve Mortimer lost it. Can you believe that? He lost the ball just as he was about to spear the pass out.
Well, anything could have happened here, and Canterbury looked like scoring at any moment.
A let off for Souths. They've got the ball. Brett Ross. Their supporters breathe a sigh of relief, so do their defenders. And coach Ron Willey. Les Biles down the touchline. The man's got a bit of pace. Potter ankle taps him. He gets it back inside to Brett Ross, and Ross loses the ball. This was a great run by Les Biles. He skipped around the early tackles, straight down the touchline, a bit of in and out at Potter. He stopped his momentum. Gould came across, and the pass to Ross was lost in the tackle. Canterbury with the ball after the scrum win. Steve Mortimer, watch him. Kelly, and a penalty. 5, he says. I want 5. Someone said something. Rampling chatted back at the referee. He's marched in 10. Neil Baker's coming off, and Tony Davies is going on as a replacement for him. Baker has taken some knocks. Online again, increasing Canterbury's lead. 10-0 to Canterbury. South Sydney coming back to halfway, not for a quick kick-off this time with Baker off the... Well, Coleman and Fennick work it around out towards Andrews. Souths have had more dashing days than this in attack. Ayliffe goes wandering up. Need a bit of hammer onto the ball. A well-timed passes. Like that, but it was lost by Rampling. Just overran it a bit as it went from Andrews to him. Mortimer up the middle. Well, with 20 minutes to go, South Sydney are not out of it. But from what they've shown in attack, they're going to have to produce something remarkable. Canterbury, the count starting again to Gould. Gould shows it, pops it to Potter. Potter wrapped up by Ayliffe and Chisholm. Back on the South's quarter, they're being called on to make a few tackles now. Kelly. Canterbury steaming into the racks. South's absorbing it. Can they keep absorbing it? Hagan. Hagan cuts through a bit of a gap. It's opening up a bit now. Steve Mortimer. Chris Mortimer. Wide is it O'Brien. And O'Brien's 15 out from the line. Last tackle. The bomb from Mortimer. A few pursuing. Langmack's going to grab this. He almost did, but it could still be a try. It is to Mortimer. Well, Langmack went up for it, and it went loose, and Steve Mortimer was there to pick it up. That just about puts it beyond doubt for the Bulldogs. Steve Mortimer, conventional enough play this. Up it went, followed it ahead. Langmack was going so well at this, looked like he was going to grab it, but it was knocked down there by Ross, off the hands of Batiste, and Mortimer was able to quickly pick it up. Well,
there didn't seem to be enough urgency about South Sydney's defence here. There's a yawning gap out here, and as Jim said, Langmack certainly looked as though he had the saloon passage, but it bounces off Ross, back almost taken by another Canterbury player, Batiste, and Steve Mortimer nicely on hand to score off his own kick.
Pilots it through again. Well, what a good job Andrew Farrah's done with his boot today. And Canterbury lead 16-0, 16 minutes to go. O'Brien. O'Brien's cut through. 15 minutes to go. How many more tries they're going to score? Hagan on through Johnson. Just 12 metres out. Mortimer through Gould's hands. Farrah's 10 out. Gould again. Chris Mortimer. Steve Mortimer through Hagan. Hagan tries to switch it. A good dummy. It was swallowed by one of them until Andrews made the tackle with Fennick. Last tackle. Steve Mortimer bombs it again. They're following it through. Another lottery ball. And it's Henderson Gill who's grabbed it. Not a happy day for Ron Willey. You can see he's very frustrated about it all. What are they doing? Come on, you blokes, get into it. To Davies. Biles. Fennick just got it to Rampling. Inside to Evans. This is better play. Away to Biles. Biles off Coleman. Goes past Potter. Down the touchline. Can they cut him off? O'Brien trying to cover. Biles is going to score in the corner. That's a good South Sydney try, but too late. Far too late. Biles has scored the try. At last, South Sydney show a bit in attack. and that was a length of the field effort from Les Biles. Now you'll see some good support play here from South Sydney as it goes out to Evans. He sets it up. Coleman, a good pass, positioned Biles beautifully. Biles dashed off. He got away from Potter. Potter had trouble with him once before, and the cover, Steve O'Brien, comes across trying to cut him off, but too late, and Biles scores his 9th of the season.
Well, Biles has been one of the better South Sydney players here today, but some creative play at last from South Sydney, through Evans to Coleman, and Biles has got a lot of pace. Potter comes across to catch him, but he skips out of his tackle, and he's got enough legs to go on with it, even though Steve O'Brien makes a desperate attempt, coming and covering a lot of ground. But it's Biles over in the corner to put first points on the board for Souths.
Evans goes for the conversion. It's a good kick. What a beauty! It's missed. Now that had, I thought it was going to go straight through the posts. Oh dear, what a beauty. Oh, talk about being a Jonah on a kick. Thought he's going to kick that straight through the posts. That's Rampling, stretcher for Tony Rampling. He was hit in a very solid tackle in the first half. He's been struggling a little bit since, and I think he was tackled in the lead up to that try. Something amiss with his ankle there. Can't quite see it as there's a melee of players around him, or his knee. Rampling. I think perhaps his knee went a little in his tackle as he went down in that tackle right there. Tony Rampling has had a very big year. Came on as a replacement in the State of Origin game, and let's hope that he's okay, especially for next season. He's had another big game, David Gillespie. So's Brian Batiste and Peter Kelly, but that young player could have a big bearing on Canterbury's prospects of retaining the premiership. Gould. Blindside, Langmack. Gillespie. Mortimer tried to hit the button, but the tackle was nice and low. It stopped him. Last tackle, Gould, Hagan, long one for Chris Mortimer. He's got O'Brien outside him. O'Brien dashes for the corner. O'Brien should score, he's in. Good finishing by Steve O'Brien. Souths were well and truly spent on the inside in defence. They didn't have the numbers to stop it. They were stretched. Gould showed it, made a good pass. Hagan a bit slow, but then got the long ball wide to Chris Mortimer. He drew in the defence, had Biles coming in, and then O'Brien determinedly went for the corner and made it.
Yes, excellent try this one, and Gould feinting to kick, then feeding it out when he sees the opportunity. It was that long ball that gave him a lot of room there. Chris Mortimer setting it up, and O'Brien making it to the corner, but I didn't like at all this attempted tackle by South Sydney fullback Brett Ross. Very dangerous.
Farrell's toughest kick of the day. Struck it well. Is it straight? Yes. Fine goal kicking.